I'm an early bird and I'm a night owl. So I'm wise and I have worms.
Hi, everyone. Hi, greetings. Hello, hello. It is another lovely Saturday, and we are here to have another nice, productive day. So, we're going to get some work done today. It's going to be really good. Week 3 homework for summer camp is out, and we're going to be tackling that straight away. But how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful day. It's time. It's time for homework. What else? What else is there to talk about besides homework? But of course, I welcome you to bring anything that you wish to the table to come work with us. And we're gonna get work done. That's the name of the game today. Productivity and sippies. Very, very important. I need to actually go look at what the homework is. I know that the theme of this week is belief, which is pretty fun. I think, oh man, what are the categories that we've gotten so far? Change and refuge, and now belief. I love it. I love the theme of belief. I think it's so cool. 'Cause I don't know. We know me. We know the things that I like. We know that I like world building, gods, and faith. Um, and so belief is gonna be like the big thing that pops up there. I feel like, man, I feel like they just tailor all of these themes to my world because how am I? How is it just so perfect for my themes? How is it that they keep picking themes that are like perfect for my worlds? Like how do they keep doing this? Oh my goodness. So we're just gonna like jump in. We're gonna start looking at stuff. Let's see, make sure my windows are actually set up correctly. I just wanna make sure that I don't have anything like behind my windows because I like resizing my windows so much. And you guys don't need to see all my you guys don't need to see all my game launchers, right? Probably not. All right, here we are. So yeah, we have our week 1 and our week 2 right there. We already did those. Now week 3 time. Week 3. This week's theme is belief. Presbyterianism is the belief that when you die, your soul goes up on the roof and gets stuck. Quote from George Carlin. So, religious belief is a foundational element for many cultures, but belief doesn't have to be about religion. Beliefs can be about superstition, urban legends, and myths. People you believe in, weird feral people in the woods waiting for you to do your homework. That's belief right there. Oh, but essentially anything and anyone that inspires people for good or for ill. Let's see. Assignment 1. Consider what kinds of beliefs would fit in with your world's themes, genre, and other foundational points. See, that's okay. So that's a really good question. I kind of know the answer to this question already from Alcora because, like, I don't know. I spent all of World Ember basically developing like the pantheons and belief systems. Kind of. I say kind of because it's not really fully developed. I picked like a spot in the world and decided, okay, we're gonna write about these guys and start like the basis of our faith system. But we haven't gotten too far into it so far. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what happens there. But for Ayun Sovos, I need to think about that a lot more for Ayun Sovos because I haven't fleshed it out yet, I guess. I have oh, we've been pulled into a raid. Everyone go follow Dazzling Cat. Everyone hold on, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do we're gonna close this because we don't need this open at the moment. Oh, my tabs are everywhere. I'm just gonna do a quick shout out for Dazzy Cat. Very cool. I think also doing World Anvil stuff. I didn't stay for the raid, I apologize. Oh boy, homework time. Right, isn't it? It's time. I was saying, oh gosh, what was I saying before I got derailed by my own tab switching? Faith, beliefs in our worlds, and Ion Sovos in particular. Ooh, because that one I don't know like anything about yet. Like I haven't really explored this new world that I've made. But I know kind of like the origin story. It's like I name it in my meta. Like I talk about the actual origin story of the world, how like things work. Um, but I don't really know what that would look like in a kind of I don't know, like a person oh, like on a lower level, like on a more grounded space. I know like the grand scheme, but not when it all comes down. When it all comes together. I really have to think about that because I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get sucked into the trap again with this world where I just have a ton of gods and I don't know what to do with myself. But I also just really like having a ton of gods and not knowing what to do with myself. So really in the grand scheme of things, like how how can I stop myself, really? It's just that's the thing that I need to do. It's my nature, really. Is to create way too many gods that I don't know what to do with. Oh my goodness. What is happening? What am I getting messaged by? At this time of day, it is too early for people to be trying to communicate with me. Never mind that it's like 2 o'clock. That's not important. We don't need to think about that right now. Uh, but we'll but we'll think about that assignment a little bit more in a moment. All right, prepare yourself. Find your inspirations in real life. Inspiration comes from many places, and you're the one. You're the one who knows what makes your creativity flow. But whatever it is, now's your chance to gather any inspiration sources you need. Look for music that fits your world. Spend some time with the people and pets you love. Take in your surroundings when you go for a walk. After all, there's no better source of inspiration than the real world. Assignment 2, create a bank of inspirations, quotes, music, descriptions of experiences, and shower thoughts, etc. That one's gonna be fun. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like making a bank of inspirations is gonna take me a little bit longer than like a chill homework stream. So I don't know, we'll maybe start that section and we'll just kind of add things to it throughout the week. And prepare your world. Ooh, images gallery and maps. Real life can give you amazing inspiration, but so can art. Look for the art that fits your world and inspires you. And if you're an artist, you can create it yourself. Of course, you shouldn't use it without the artist's permission, very true. But looking at other people's works is a totally valid way to get inspired, and something most of us do. Considering creating a map for your world of area focus too, either yourself or using a map generator, if that's important for your creative workflow. So assignment 3 is find art and pictures that inspire you, and grab a map if you don't have one and need one. I don't think I'm at the level yet where I can make a map of my world. Or my new world. My long running world does have a map, and I do quite enjoy that map a lot. So we can, I don't know, we can like throw that map into our homework. Those are the words I was looking for. Let's see, for the older worlds, review your inspirations. If you've been working on this world for a while, you might not need new inspiration sources. Still take a look at your old ones and get a refresher. And who knows, just like how your world and meta changes over time, your inspiration sources might also need an update. Check your inspirations again. Are they still relevant? Can you find any that better represent the current state of your project? All right. So this is a lot of finding inspirations from like other places and seeing what inspirations, like what sources you can go look at and see that can help further drive your world building this month. That's really cool. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really work in this kind of way most of the time. I don't like I'm not really the whole Pinterest board kind of person. Like I have them and sometimes I'll just like sit and add stuff to them, but I don't look at them for inspiration. I've like me putting them together is the act of inspiration, then I just never look at them again. Until the next time that I just kind of go in and be like, oh, I'll just like add a couple pictures to this. And I just stop looking at it again. Oh, and same thing with music, really. That's exactly how I work. I don't know. Like it's so silly. Like I'm an artist, but I don't really seek visual inspiration for the things that I do. um, and that seems so silly. Like if I'm drawing, I'll look at, you know, references and like inspiration in that context. I don't know. I don't really do the whole mood board thing anymore. I've done it for my LARP characters. I think that's really what I mostly use it for is like LARP characters. I'll make mood boards and like inspo boards of just like this is all the stuff that reminds me of this character. And then I just kind of don't I don't know. I don't use it for my world building. Like for my writing. I just kind of hope that everything that's like in here can turn into something that's out there without looking at too much other stuff. I don't know. It could be helpful. It could be really cool. Let's see. I need to get this pledge open. Let's just view our article, catch up on how it's looking. Now I get to link my playlist of 100 plus video game OSTs and go, ah, but this is for the homework I'm supposed to do it this time. Oh yes, yes, 100%. I'll just I'll just post this playlist that we listen to while I'm streaming. Obviously, it's just the Divinity soundtrack. So we have our 2 weeks. I don't know, they align very well. Or this is week 1. We have our little homework assignments. Week 2, more homework assignments, and now we get to do week 3 and week 4. Heck yeah. Once again, do you have to trick everyone into listening to Sonic music, as it should be. That's just all is right in the world when you accomplish that. Honestly, who doesn't want to? Oh, pardon me, I'm sleepy. Let's see, so where? I like copy paste my formatting. And then just very quickly delete everything from inside of it all. Is this the right row tag? It is. Okay, good. Alright, we paste this into week 3. We need to go delete everything out of it. Then we can start putting actual stuff in there. This goes this way. I feel like I probably should have done a little bit of this setup before actually jumping in today, but we're here to work together. So week 3, theme is belief. Right now, I could probably just copy and paste this into week 4, and that would just be chill. Make sure I didn't break anything. Yeah, see, I already broke something. What did I break? Why is there an allowed thing? Hello? I'm confusing myself with my own formatting. What did I break and why don't you work? Is it this? Oh my god. Ebony said, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. Welcome on into the Owlworks. What am I doing? Why do I never know what's going on at any given time? I made this. I copied and pasted it from my own article that where it works. Oh, everything's breaking. What did I do? Container. Why are you broken? I'm like confounding myself. As artists, we've been given an opportunity to do something really funny for assignment 3. Wait, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you plotting? What are you plotting? What are you gonna do? Oh, suddenly my entire eyeball hurts. I don't know yet, but it'll be funny. That's that's good. That's what we need. Okay, I think I fixed it. I don't know what I did there, but it sure was something. So if I refresh it now, it's gonna work. Nothing's broken. Fantastic. Fantastic. We fixed it. It's all fine. It's all fine. It's all good. All right, and so now I don't have to do that again next week. Oh my lord. All right, now let's just go copy paste the assignments so they can be my article. Let's consider what kinds of beliefs would fit with your world's themes, genre, and other foundational points. I feel like that one's going to just have the most discussion, the most yapping, if you will. I feel like I could probably say a lot of things about that. Just all the rest. I don't know what I'm going to put in for all the rest of them. I think the shower thoughts section is actually like the funniest one to me. It's like, yeah, just really just put whatever you want into this section. Like, it doesn't even matter. Just do whatever you feel like. Do whatever you want. I mean, I feel like that's kind of, I feel like that's just kind of like the name of the season at this point. Just like, do what you want, man. Okay, here are our assignments. Yippee. Oh man. I really enjoy how I laid out this article. I just found this cool art somewhere on Twitter. Don't remember the artist. Gonna post it anyway. Post your own art. That's really good. That's funny. I love that. And people can just start commenting like, "Hey, wait a minute." or someone just goes and comments like, "Oh wow, I actually found the artist on Twitter. Their name is John Taro." Isn't that crazy? And it's just all gonna be shenanigans from there. It's all shenanigans. Always has been. Oh, pictures of pizza. All right, let's get in here. So, consider what kind of beliefs would fit within your world's themes. I actually have gotten someone with that April 1st. Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay. How was I doing this before? Just little H4s? Yeah. Okay. So we'll do. Yeah, we'll just do what we've been doing. Separate them by world. my my little group chat's just getting a little silly, so I apologize if I'm like a tiny little bit distracted. Okay, Melkora. What kinds of beliefs would fit into my world's themes, genre, and other foundational points? Well, as with many things, that kind of depends on which corner of the world you're looking at. I'd really have to like stop and consider like, okay, so what angle do I want to approach this from? Like where is this belief coming from? Whose shoes am I kind of like standing in? Imagine knowing how containers work. Couldn't be me, Master BB Code Gang, rise up. Listen, containers are just, man, I don't know. Containers are just BB code with rules attached to them. That's really all it is. You just tell them, hey man, have a border around you. And it's like, you got it, boss. Just you got it, boss. Like, don't, I got you. You just give them weird little rules, like, oh yeah, have a little shadow. That's pretty cool, right? Oh, man, I am like actually having a moment right now. It's like, what am I gonna put in these other assignments? Like I can sit here and type up a little paragraph for each of these, but then from there I don't know. My inspiration bank. I feel like 2 and 3 are basically the same assignment, sort of. I think two just kind of doesn't mention art, but it's like the inspirations. Homer has such a nice layout. Thank you. I use my little containers to box everything off and just, assignment 1, yippee, and assignment 2. I don't know. I really appreciate just how everything kind of lined up next to each other. That's a satisfying thing. Cuz I didn't really have to like cut anything to make it all fit. It just kind of worked out that way. And so hell yeah. All these badges. Like, man, I've been around for a minute. I've been doing this for a little while. Like a hot minute even. Yeah, if anyone in the chat hasn't seen it, here's the link to my pledge. It's gonna be a disaster for the next, I don't know, like 2 hours that I'm gonna be here. um, while I actually work on this homework. But if you want to look at the past week's homework, those are done. Just have a little peep. But just ignore everything from here down for, I don't know, like the next couple hours. At least until I post about it, like, hey, we did it, we finished the homework, yippee! Love the inspiration and companionship. Oh. Yeah, I I just need to do all of this. I need to think about all of my beliefs. I already talked about them a little bit, but oh man, there's so much to put in there. Also, hi Delana, how are you? Welcome. Okay, if we start with Malcora, belief. What kinds of beliefs? Waves, hello. I'm just gonna start typing random words. No, I keep saying that I'm gonna do stuff like that, but then I still sit there and think about my words, so we're not even gonna pretend. My go-to is edit a test article and copy and paste the completed homework. Oh, true. um, I don't know. I feel like either way, you guys are literally watching me do this, so I don't think it matters where I put it. Like it's getting shared with you guys anyway. Might as well just have everybody along for the whole process. If someone tunes in here and I just have like half a sentence written, just refresh the page later. Or I can just make one of those little headers like actively under construction. And so so if you go to there and you just see things are missing, it's like, oh, they're just working on it actively right now. So we're just not gonna worry about it. Okay. Malcora. I spent a lot of time in Ember thinking. I always do that. I start writing thinking and I just put the G first. Thinking. The faith. I'll say faith systems. Malcora. Developing some of its pantheons. Major gods. And the way that Tulips, thank you for follow. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Owlworks. And the way that people's faith I'll have to snoop around. Yes, it looks stunning. Oh, thank you. Getting a little jello over here, not gonna lie. I'm completely new to World Anvil. Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Like if you're brand new to World Anvil, there's so much to learn. There's so much to learn. There's so many steps, but I guarantee you, you're gonna be one of the wizards before you even know it. If one day I can make aesthetic pleasing world. Yeah. And like it is literally like a skill set that people have developed over years of being here. But as it turns out, it's actually pretty easy to learn. You just have to kind of know what you're going for. That's the hard part, I think, is knowing what you want. Because like setting out to learn how to do the fancy things without knowing what fancy things you want is way harder than you think. So I feel like I've done all of my learning. I'm like trying to figure out how to do specific things. I just I learned so many other CSS rules from trying to make one thing work, and it just carries over into the next thing I try to make. But yeah, there's some awesome worlds out there. So absolutely go browse around for inspiration. I could probably put together a list of like worlds that I think are just absolutely stunning gorgeous. Honestly, I don't know, I think the best place to really see the cool things people make is in the like the best of showcase. Especially because especially because they made the page look so freaking cool. Where is it? Discover? Yeah. It's under Discover. So if you just go to this page and you start scrolling through all the different years, I haven't really like, you know, if you need world homepage inspiration, like there's literally a best world homepage. Yeah, like there's so much awesome stuff in here. Oh, all of these excellent creations and creators. Like the stream of inspiration is kind of just endless on all of these pages. And it does irk me like a tiny little bit that it jumps from 22 to 24, but what can you do? What can you do? We had to make a change. Yeah, there's some cool people in here. You might even recognize one of them, perhaps, theoretically. I mean, you might recognize all of them, but you might recognize one in particular just from where you are. Wait, what happened to 23? It basically didn't exist but does exist. Because basically last year, yeah, Baby Melkora, woo! Because last year's World Building Awards was called World Building Awards 2022, and like they were kind of like every year they were like, you know, of the year before basically. Um, but this year, like this year they did away with the requirement of like, oh, it must like whatever you submit must have been made within the last year. So we weren't, you know, it wasn't just limited to 2023 work. It was just an awards thing happening in 2024. So they probably felt a little silly calling it 2023. So they just jumped ahead by a year because it just worked out that way. Oh, also me. Hello. Greetings. It's so bizarre seeing myself on this list. And so bizarre also seeing myself on another list. It's so wild. I know, cause like I could tell sappy stories about me being on this platform for like 10,000 years forever. Um, like I'm on this list, like with like literally right next to people that I've looked up to ever since I joined this platform. Like it's just it's wacky, it's wild. Like literally just like all these people that like when I joined World Anvil, I was like, wow, these people are really cool. I hope I can one day be this cool. And now apparently I am that cool and I don't know what to do with myself. Like, where am I? What am I doing here? How did I end up here? And also, shout out to Mochi for having the best world. Very well deserved. I'm very happy about this. Like that. That was my vote right there. But yeah, the whole point of that was like, hey, if you need inspiration, see what all the really cool people on World Anvil are doing. There you go. There's like a whole list. The moment you join World Anvil, you become a shonen protagonist. For real. Oh man. It's just you're just suddenly on this quest to gain power and be really cool. And then through the power of friendship, now all the really powerful people are your friends. And one day you may even surpass them. But you never leave them behind. That is the way. Through the power of friendship, we'll achieve anything. You deserve to be in the Hall of Fame and glory. Thank you. It's just, man. I'm really, I don't know. I feel like I feel like it's a little lucky that I was busy during the announcements. Because last year when they called my name, I cried. This year I basically almost did, but not quite as hard because I got the news in like DMs from people being like, "Oh my god, congratulations!" Like, for what? For what? What do you mean? As I was like walking up the stairs of a chapel to go to my friend's wedding, so I was like, I have to stay calm, cool, and collected. I have to pretend I don't know what just happened. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, shout out to Leylines for pulling through another win. I'm really sad about my primer though. I was really hoping that would at least get nominated. But alas. But alas. I just need to mobilize more people. But homework. Homework time. I wrote like a sentence and then I derailed myself. Alright. Yeah, spent a lot of time during World Ember thinking about the faith systems of Melkor, developing some of its pantheons and major gods. And considering the way that people's faith in the gods throughout the world. Sometimes the thought, Janet Demetrius know me by name now, and I couldn't quit even if I wanted to. It's my own personal bardic inspiration. Oh my god. Yeah, true. I can never quit world building now because if I do, they will literally come to my house and like sit me down at my desk and say, "Build. You're not done here." like like your legacy is not yet realized. Carry on, soldier. I'm like, aye, boss. Like I know if for any reason I just like if I make an announcement one day like, oh man, like, you know, my life circumstances have changed, like I can't keep creating anymore. It's just like I'm just not physically able to, like they would find a way. They would find a way to move mountains just to show up on my front doorstep and be like, "You're not done. You're not done. You're not finished. Let's go. We will carry you back into world building if we have to." Honest, it is that faith that keeps me going. You look out your window, they're just standing there holding anvils. I that would be terrifying. If they were just out there holding like oh man, like someone standing outside your window holding like a boombox. Like if they were just outside holding an anvil, I'd be terrified. You know how heavy those things are? Oh my god. Like that would be threatening to me and like I would continue working immediately. Like they're just out there holding it over their heads like, "Do you want to be holding this? You're next." I'm like, "No, no. I'm okay. I need both hands to type my silly little words, thank you." I'm like, "That's what I thought." That's what I thought. God, that'd be so funny. Again, terrifying. Oh, the boombox is playing Bois. Oh, that I love that. I I love that. Yeah, checking your inspirations. I'm trying to like word this sentence properly. Yeah, considering the way that people's faith in the gods throughout the world can fragment the gods and alter um, their forms and presentations. Humanity's beliefs have a strong yet unpredictable ba, 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 ba. Strong yet unpredictable. I'll say influence over the world's realm of faith. I'll say realm of the divines. I can't wait to explore that theme more during summer camp, if I can. So if I can develop more like shards of the gods, I think that'd be really awesome for summer camp. Um, because like I also want to start thinking, you know, hmm, I want to start thinking about like what people in the world might call these gods besides like their kind of like I don't know, like their high tier name. That's probably not like the right um like the right term, the right word. But the way I've been doing shards of the gods so far is that like they are worshipped as individual deities, but they essentially are all that one deity. But but yeah, I mean that's kind of like the whole point. Like they are still that one deity, but they're like a different broken off shard of it. So I've been, referring to them like by their primary god's name, but I feel like people around the world would have different names for them. You know what I mean? So I'm debating if I oh man, I'd have to like start switching worlds to go look. Oh well, that's okay. Let's see, Malcora. Because if I go look at my shards, let's see, powers, divinity. Oh, where do you actually live? What? How are you categorized? Because we have hold on, let's go. Because we have a Tramus, of course, and it's gonna load here in a sec. We have this guy, a Tramus. That's the god. But he also has a shard. He is the purifier. But that is a Tramus, the purifier. So I feel like it makes sense for the article to be named this way, but I feel like I should mention like, oh, people in this part of the world who worship this shard of Atramus, like, they call him this. They have this name for him that isn't Atramus anymore. because they kind of see him as a different person. Are we talking like if you split someone up into a bunch of their own personality quirks? Basically. It's kind of like yeah, it's kind of like a mirror entity basically that spawns from like humanity's belief. So you have like this you have like the big boy god, Atreus, like he's the god of strength. And then different people's belief systems kind of like break him apart into different concepts. And so from strength, we have this god, the purifier. He is like he's very heavy on keeping order and protecting your homeland and making sure everyone can like fight and defend themselves and make sure that they're like, everything here needs to it's like status quo. kind of a tyrant god, sort of, but he just allows tyrants to prosper. It's not really like it's not what he wants necessarily, but as different people develop their own interpretations, those interpretations become gods of their own. Essentially, that is essentially how it goes. And so they'll kind of like they'll maintain essentially like the gist of the original god's tenets, but they'll be like tweaked in a way. So like back in Atreus, it's pretty epic, not gonna lie. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the idea. I mean, I don't think it's a purely original idea, but yeah. So I'm just trying to line these up. Yeah. So we have the tenets of Atreus, and so they're basically the same for the purifier. They're just worded a little bit differently. They have different priorities basically. So yeah, show no mercy to the forces of evil. Do not permit threats to your home to remain therein. And the purifier says, show no mercy to the forces of evil. Seek evil where it breeds and flush it out. So this is more of like a proactive approach to vanquishing evil, as opposed to like, hey, if there are threats in your home, like make sure you take care of them. But here it's like, find the threats and flush them out. Like look for them. Like we got inquisitors out here basically is how this is going to go. And yeah, know well the time to draw and strike. Do not wait for your hand to be forced. And do not wait for your hand to be forced, for it will sooner be lopped off in your idleness. So it's like you better act quick, or else you're gonna feel it. And yeah, so it's like it's just these parallels, and I'm really excited to kind of I don't know, like I'm really excited to kind of look into this and see like what different ways I can twist all of this and still have it come down to like, this is the god of strength. Like what flavor of strength do these people believe in? And so that's kind of that's kind of how it's going. Tony, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Owlworks. And yeah, so it's just it's really cool and it's really fun and I want to go into it. I have a lot of shards in my brain cooking up. Like they're just cooking. I have one in particular that's like in my brain that like I keep talking about how I want Malcora to be like a darker setting. Like with time, like I want to develop that part of it, that side of it. And like there is a shard of a god that like is in my brain that like paints that really, really well. And so I'm hoping like I can write this article during summer camp whether there's a prompt for it or not. But I also know that completing all of summer camp is a lot of work, so I don't want to focus too much on like non-prompt content, if that makes sense. But if there's a prompt that this shard of the god can fit into, I wanna do it. And it's gonna be really cool. Oh, hello with the non-binary pride. I appreciate you. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. But yeah, so like that's the kind of like belief stuff that's going on in Malcora. Sounds like a shard of death is in order. You don't know how close you are to the concept of this shard. Um, but okay, so all of the so okay, this is still something that I have like up for debate in my own brain. Is do I want all of the gods of Malkora to be shards of these gods, or do I want other gods to also kind of like exist? And by these gods, I don't mean necessarily only these five. I mean like specifically this pantheon. I might add more gods to this pantheon. I'm just not sure yet. But right now there are five, and these are like the big boy gods, basically. Um, and they have very specific domains. And like if you, I don't know, if you're like following my creations during World Ember, I made this article in December. I love your thinking. Thank you. um, but essentially, this pantheon of gods, the incarnates of the New Age, um, like they spawned from kind of like the most important like foundationally important traits of humanity that pulled them out of the dark age and like kind of like allowed them to survive. And so in my brain, I've come up with hope that that force alone has carried humanity through way way more than it reasonably should have survived. Like, you know, even in the real world. Um and on a more practical level, we have strength, like whether it's physical strength, mental fortitude, any of those things, compassion, like helping your fellow man, creating communities, uplifting each other, like that helps people through terrible disasters. Wisdom, being smart enough to find solutions to all your problems, and silence, the ability to hide and go unseen and preserve yourself. And so those are like the five things I've come up with so far that I think like really embody that theme. And what's the average shards per god rate? That I don't actually know yet. That I haven't really thought that far into it yet. Um, I feel like for the most part, there's only going to be hmm, like I'd say it's very possible for there to be at least one shard of these gods like per populated region, essentially. Like there could be more, there could be less. I'm trying to think. Like I don't know that there are any like crazy populated locations in my world because like it just kind of doesn't lend itself to large scale human populations. Um, but there could theoretically be enough for multiple shards to form, and I'd like to imagine what that conflict would be like. Like, would these shards care that other shards exist of themselves, like in proximity? Would they care at all? Like, would they like that? Is this lore on the meta side, or do the people themselves know about shards and how they work? I mean, I think as with a lot of religious things, they're probably not gonna know exactly. But given the nature of like, yeah, probably depends on the shard. But also given like the nature of fantasy and how gods are like more like entities than ideas, I feel like people would have a lot more insight into how this system at least presents itself. Um, yeah, I think some people would know. Like I think there's always going to be like a group of people or like especially monastic communities or people who are really connected to the faith. I think they're going to know how this works. But I think the average person would be like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about with shards. This is just our god Bob. This is our god Bob. He makes the crops grow or whatever." Like they're probably not going to know a whole lot more than that. But yeah, but we'll see. Like these are all really good things to think about. Um, with the theme of this week's homework. Elven Hemlock, hello. Hi, greetings. The strat here is to make a self-insert and have them know everything. Oh, true. Hell yeah. I think I kind of set that up with my primer. Kind of, sort of. My browser was just having a hard time loading. I don't know, I feel like this character that I introduced in my primer. Oh, I need to update my recent events. It's been a minute. I don't think New Year's resolutions is ongoing anymore. But that's just me. I feel like I could make a case that this guy from my primer, this character that I introduced, probably knows more about the world than he lets on. But I don't know if he counts as a self-insert. I don't think this man is me. Oh, here's the map that I was gonna put into my little, I guess, inspo section. Like, I have this map of Malcora. I should probably make one similar for Ayun Sovos, but I don't know what the world looks like yet. I don't know anything about this world. Or about the geography of this world anyway. I know exactly one thing, and that's where we are in the story. Yeah, bro's got scrolls and everything. He absolutely knows what's going on. Yeah, dude, like he's got 6 scrolls and everything. He's got a book with the world logo on it. Like he knows something. He definitely knows something. He's got a funny little hat with tassels and like little dangly things. He knows more. He knows more than he's ever gonna say. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is one of those characters that I definitely introduced as like, this guy would be the one giving you quests in this world. Like, he is your quest giver, perhaps the first quest giver that you meet in your adventure. And from there, you go forth, you bring him back information. Yeah, maybe he is a shard. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, he was the former royal cartographer of Castle Amsa and academic advisor to the Arsaci's monarchy before they, but yeah. So he was one of those big boy scholars. But the thing is, like, he was one of them big boy scholars in a pretty sheltered area. So he doesn't, oh, it's like he really doesn't know anything and everything. But he knows some things, and he knows some really important things that most people in this region don't. And so that's why he's the one being like, hey man, there's a lot of shit out there. I can't really go out there and look at it myself, but maybe you can. And if you do, come back and let me know. And come back and let me know what's out there. And so basically your purpose as like the player character in this world is to go out and like find all this knowledge, learn more about the world, see what's actually out there, what's true, what's not, and come back to your old boy TBD. Because those are his initials now, his real actual initials. After I spent most of World Ember with I spent most of World Ember with this sentence here, beginning with "My name is in brackets TBD," and and enough people started making jokes about it that I had to keep the bit going, and so now his actual initials are TBD. I don't actually. I feel like I had something that the B stood for, but now I don't remember what it is. Like, I have no memory, no recollection of what I could have possibly had it set as. We'll figure it out at some point. Reader inserts are slowly but surely becoming one of my favorite methods of world building. It's so fun. It's so fun. And like the most fun thing about world building is like the collaborative element that just kind of happens sometimes. Cuz like my world spawned out of a collaboration. Like, it spawned out of multiple collaborations actually. And I think that's like a really wonderful, really beautiful thing. Like storytelling as a group and the way that can drive your creativity and push it forward and lead you to create something that you probably would have never thought of. With not enough people write in second person. Wait, then you're gonna love my stories that are being written in the second person. um, in Ayun Sovos actually, because like I only have the one so far. I have, oh man, side quest ducky delivery. Can you go please? Oh yeah, this story that I started writing for my new world. It's all like, you're in the character's shoes, like this is you, you're experiencing this story. The link handed over. Oh goodness. Here you go. I'm very I'm very proud of this one. It's really cute and it sets up the story of Ion Sovos really well, I think. And I made my first little piece of art for the world too for this story. And so I have it's a very like RPG style story, I guess. Cuz like I don't know, like I one of my favorite things that I've done with Ion Sovos so far is like I've included these little, like I made like a styling basically thing for like, there's an item added to your inventory and it's like region discovered Brightfield, like it's supposed to read like you're literally exploring through like an RPG, like a little MMO adventure. And so at the end you even have like a little quest complete. The art is so cute. Thank you. Thank you. He's actually a boy. He's actually a boy. That's Farmer Emrys. Just noticed, yeah. I like, and that's like kind of the whole, that's like the whole theme that I want. Basically, I want this to play out, like the story and everything. I want it to feel like this is a little RPG tale. And as I go on, I want to start making like I want to make little like inventory icons for all the items that I make. I want to start making I want to start making I don't know, like quest maps, like maps, and like I can start putting quests in places, and maybe like if I do like the little quest markers, like those quest markers can lead to these stories. So, side quest, ducky delivery, that can be a little point on the map. And so we'll say like, oh, like this little story happened here on this map. Here's a quest that you can go do here. Like I don't know, like it's very game like. I shall shamelessly steal that immediately as we speak. Even good, yes, good. May you do well with this. No, I have. I mean, I don't know. One of my favorite things on this platform is seeing like the silly little things that people sneak into their stories and articles with tooltips, little hover text, and so this little one at the end, I think you'll enjoy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very proud of this story. Like this is one of the first pieces of prose that I'd written in ages. And it made me happy. It sets up the world really well. It's very cute. Like I make myself like cry like a small amount when I read it, cuz I'm like, "Oh, it's just so cute." I love putting funny shit in tooltips. Like that's what it's for. That's where you got to do it. Oh, Kate one, thank you for the follow. Hello. Welcome to the Owlworks. But yeah, and so like my method for world building in this world, like it's like a complete shift from the way I've been doing it in Malcora, is I'm writing these stories, and then from these stories I'm taking like, okay, so I mentioned Kaori. Like I mentioned Kiari. So that's a character that exists in this world. I can make an article for that later. Um I mentioned, what else? The Reliquary League. That is something that I mentioned in this story. I can make an article for that later. And like I vaguely mentioned like a temple that a relic is in. Like that could be a thing at some point. Like there's no details because it's like it's all part of a daydream, but like it could be something. It could be something. And so, region discovered Brightfield. Like I can make an article about Brightfield later. I mentioned the Enseni. Like that's like their this race of like people. And so, you know, that's him. Can't stay long. It's okay. It's okay. You're welcome to come and go as you please. You're more than welcome to just come and go as you please. You are not forced to stay here any longer than you can be. Happy to see people stop by. Vaguely gesturing to things without elaboration is a god-given right when writing fantasy. Exactly. So you get me. You understand. But yeah, it's just like I'm doing this in like a very story forward kind of way with Ayun Sovos. So like I'm just kind of mentioning offhand, like, oh, there's this place, there's this person. Here's what this character, Ebby, is experiencing just as she goes on this adventure. Um, and then whenever I feel like there needs to be more context or more explanation, I can make an article about any one given thing. And then as I write more stories, that's more information that I can put into my articles. And like we can just do this little back and forth. With Malcora, there is no story. There is no story whatsoever. I'm just making things. I'm just making things, making them up as I go. um, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. With Malcora, I'm trying to do a lot of like complicated stuff, and I feel like I personally can't write a story in Malcora until I have a lot more of it figured out. But with Iron Sovos, I have most of the premise figured out, and it's super simple. And it's supposed to be super like super loose with the rules, right? Like I'm not focusing too hard on making everything make sense right off the bat. Everything doesn't have to be like a super complicated system. Like, there's just a little owl creature going on their first adventure. What are they encountering out there? My little owl creature has gone on an adventure and met a duck carrying pumpkins. What if you figured stuff out by writing stories? But see, that's what I'm doing with this world. But I do want to start writing stories from Alcora because I think the world's been around long enough that it deserves to have a little bit of story. It deserves a little bit of plot as a treat. And we'll just see how that goes. I just need to figure out where exactly I want to start. Like that's the hard part for me and like with Malcora is where do I begin? And then like at what point of history do I want to begin? Because the way I've kind of set up, like I have this starting area kind of region that's Arsavella. Um so any story that I do write would probably be set there first. And that's like our little, our starting zone. And a lot of really juicy history has played out like in the recent years to like what is currently considered present. So there's a lot there that I can work with. I would just need to figure out how exactly I'd want the story to play out. I want to know what happens immediately after the primer. Oh, I need to make a primer for this world. That's true. Man, I feel like making a primer is even harder when you don't know what's going on. Like seconds. uh yeah, see, Malcora has a primer. There it is. Um, but see, also Malcora's primer is full of articles that are also not fully fleshed out yet. But it's we'll get through it. We'll get there. This is all like the higher level information, like the powers, the ley lines, the ancient bloodlines. Here is here is a section about like what has recently happened in this region. Like that could be that can lead to actual story. Like that can be where we kind of kick off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um that's what I'm saying. Like we could jump off from here. We could jump off from here and like do something. And what we can say that whatever adventurer has been sent on this quest could kick off on a story. We just have to make it happen. So I feel like this did lay out some of the drama points pretty well. My God, I spent so much time on this. I spent so much time on this primer. Um, yeah, unrest in the Kingdom of Autumn, and so that's like the main like regional plot point. Like the gods watch over us. This is kind of introducing us to like the faith system. So like this is global, and now seeking out the world's truth. Like this is your quest. It's like there's some dark shit out there. Learn about it and come back to me. Yeah, whatever you find out there, come back and tell me the tales of your adventures, would you? So absolutely, I can. Honestly, I think I could create a piece of prose for Malcora that starts with this primer. So like, as opposed to like this presentation of the primer and all the information inside, like all the dialogue, everything, like I could turn all of this scenario into like an actual proper story. So like introducing the character, like how, like, who your character is and how they got invited into this small dusty library. Like they had to, like, from point A to B, like how did we get here? Who is this? I think we should run into somebody making broth in the woods. That's just me though. Now, okay, so when you say that's just me though, do you mean like, that's just my opinion, or that's just me in the woods making the broth? Because it could be either one. or it could be me making broth in the woods. And and also when I say this, I'm not envisioning like someone at a campsite making like broth. I'm envisioning someone making like cursed like cursed like rotted out tree stump liquid. Like there's the forbidden soup of the forest, basically. That kind of situation. That's what I'm thinking of when I hear you say this. Do you have game design mechanics from Alcora? No. I do not have a single game design mechanic from Alcora. I have to go. Thank you for the encouragement. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Delana. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope my insane ramblings about my world building have helped you create something of your own today. Yeah, a concoction, if you will. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. Those are like my favorite pictures, by the way. Just people posting like dubious images of just liquids found naturally in the forest. Like it's like I'm gonna drink the forbidden tree juice. Like do not, like this is how you get stolen by the Fae. All right, just refrain. Oh man, there's nefarious brews. Oh my gosh. Oh, see now I wanna world build about like potions and things. And honestly, that is what that is what I'm most excited about in terms of like creating stuff for Ion Sovos, actually. Um because of because it's like a very RPG inspired world and like project for me. Like I get to dive into the world of like crafting professions. It's like when I tell you that I love crafting professions in video games, like I love them. Am I good at like mastering them and using them? No. Do I love using them? Absolutely. I love training them. I love getting all the little materials. I like looking at my stash of resources like, yes, I can make so many things. And like honestly, like one of my favorite things about kind of like, it's like I'm a World of Warcraft player. I've been playing for like 15 years. I don't like saying that out loud, but it's true. Um One of my favorite things about like when I first got started in World of Warcraft was learning like oh, I can I can learn to craft my own stuff. And so I would be like making my own armor. It'd be so satisfying to just like make something. It'd be some shitty piece of armor, but like it'd be brand new and I just made it and I'd put it on. I'm like, oh, yes. And like that feeling is so good. And so at some point during the Ayun Sovo storyline, I want to like incorporate moments like that. Like I feel like I really struggled through saying that sentence out loud. Oh my god. I'm gonna take a sip and try that again. Oh, like I was really chewing on those syllables. Like that was no good. Ooh. But yeah, we'll try it again. I that is something that I would really like to incorporate into the world, into the storyline. I want a moment where Ebby makes herself a tiny little piece of armor. Like a nice little piece of armor, her very first. And she's just like she's so proud of herself and she puts it on, it's like beaming with pride. Like I can already see it. I can already oh man, I want to draw it so bad. We'll have to make that happen in my little sketchbook at some point. You know, I'm realizing we're here to do homework. And I've done like one one portion of it. Oh gosh. Yeah, crafting rules hardest to design. Yeah, I mean, like designing game systems is not something that I feel confident in my ability to do because I'm really not a mechanical person. Like mechanics aren't really my thing, but I would like to at some point. I feel like that'd be cool. I feel like that'd be interesting. Like it'd be a good challenge, I think. Okay, so where did I write about? Oh, the cosmology. So yeah, here in my meta for Ayun Sovos, I do mention at least the origin of the world. I don't really go into like the belief systems, but I do talk about kind of I'm sorry for being a massive distraction. No, it's fine. If I didn't want to be distracted while doing my homework, I wouldn't be here streaming. I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. Or at the very least, if I didn't want to be distracted today, I would say, "Hey guys, we're doing sprints. Here's a timer. Let's do this." No, I take joy in this. Like I will take any and every opportunity to talk about what I'm doing. Because I feel like people in my life don't ask me that question enough. And so when you guys come in here and be like, "Oh, question about your world, question about this, question about that," I'm like, oh, it's my time to shine. Ah, summer camp. Hi, Oster. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But I'm so starved for attention. But like in the sense that like I want to tell you about the weird stuff that I'm working on. But I feel like if I just go up to someone and start talking about it myself, like unprompted, then I'm the weird guy. Then I'm the weird person, and nobody wants to hear about it. But if you guys are here asking me questions about it, like, you know, all of that is out the window. Like you guys want to hear about it, and I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to deliver. This is your time to shine. Yes. This is my home. This is where I come turn on my funny little camera, my silly little screen, and just start yapping at people. It's frowned upon in my experience. I know. And it's like, and so that's why I'm here. Because this is my house where I sit down and I talk about things. And you guys are here because you chose to be here and you want to listen to me. And that gives me so many mushy feelings that if I sit here and ponder or talk about them for too long, I actually will begin crying, and that's okay. But we're here for a good time. We're here to world build and talk about funny little things like all my little bird people. Dazzly Cat, hello! Some yapperoni and cheese, yes! Dazzly Cat, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. How went the everything? What are you guys working on today? How was your stream? How did it go today? Dazzling raid, a dazzling raid. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Week 3 homework? Yes. We're also doing that today, kind of. As Gentaro put it so so eloquently, we're having ourselves a good slice of yapperoni and cheese. Stella, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Owlworks. Then had some technical issues. Oh no. Oh no, no. Storms are evil for the internet. Oh gosh, don't I know that? Every time a storm rolls through here, like I lose power for like at least a second, and that just completely derails my entire internet connection for like an hour. It's no good. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your technical issues. Sending you so much love. But I hope the homework went well. What are your thoughts on this week's theme? On belief. We have spent such a long time talking about the concept of belief in at least my world. You know, if you guys want to talk about your worlds as well, I would be more than happy to listen. Like I know this is my house and you guys are here to listen to me speak, but I'm also interested in knowing what you guys are doing and what you guys are thinking about this homework. Like I don't know, so much of my world building is focused on like belief and everything else. You would be doing homework 3, but not if I have anything to say about it. I know. Listen, I did a portion of it. Let's see, we can refresh, we can see. Bam, 1 paragraph. I think I need to like split that up in the middle. Just give it like a little line break. Just for the aesthetic. Yeah, see, there we go. Now it's a little bit more readable. Work on assignment 3. See, like I don't really have like images and things that inspire me. And so I'm not really sure what I would put into that section. Like I have my map of Malcora. Like that's, you know, that's like a pre-existing thing that I have. Um I would love to make a map for Ion Sovos, but like I don't think it's at that point yet. Cuz I really only have like 1 location even considered. It's 2 whole paragraphs. That's a that's a good day's work there. Yeah. Absolutely. It's like 3 sentences, I think. Actually, no, believe it or not, that's 2 sentences. I'm like the god of run-on sentences that kind of work out in the end. Like that's just like this is like okay, do I have my word counter still installed? Yeah. 46 words, 273 characters, it's 1 sentence. Yeah, so I spent a lot of time during World Ember thinking about the faith systems of Malcora, developing some of its pantheons and major gods, and considering the way that people's faith in the gods throughout the world can fragment the gods and alter their forms and presentations. That's 1 sentence. But it works, I think. Probably. It probably works. Yeah, humanity's beliefs have a strong yet unpredictable influence over the world's realm of the divines, and I can't wait to explore that theme more during summer camp if I can. Yeah, that's 2 sentences right there. Pretty good. I don't know. I like long sentences. I feel like my thought shouldn't just stop without at least 2 more points of information tacked onto it. It just feels right. or feels wrong. I don't know, depending on the context in which we are saying this. We're writers. I'm also one of those writers who loves, like absolutely loves, the semicolon. Like I love me a good semicolon in a sentence. 2 sentences? Nah. 1 sentence. As long as the flow is good, I'll make my sentences as long as damn well. Please, thank you very much. Exactly. Exactly. We are sharing this brain cell today. You get it. You get me. But let's see. Okay, beliefs about Ion Sovos. That's why I was looking at my primer. Not my primer, my meta. I always forget words. So I discussed the cosmology of Ion Sovos a little bit. And I think from this we can start developing some form of beliefs, some belief systems. But so we say, Ion Sovos was a world born of mirth and cooperation between the gods of life and art. Once a stone set adrift in the Nether Sea, new life was breathed into this floating rock, which grew and hatched many times over, until the world as we know it was born from its stony shell. As the gods fostered the creation of many different biomes and creatures to reside within them, they thought to add savants to live among them, and to call these new biomes their homes. Because of their deep love for the creatures they've created, they shape their saphantic creations in their image. And so that's how it goes. And so there's like the basis of there's like the basis of like the creation and the faith system of Ion Sovos. The two big gods are the gods of life and art. And so also, hi Reno, how are you? Welcome, welcome. I have only the basic understanding of semicolons, and I still use them more often than I probably should. My understanding is that if you have two sentences right next to each other that are like they relate to each other, like it's like they're basically referring to the same thing, you can just make it a sentence with a semicolon. Like they should still technically like be able to be read as two sentences, I believe, is how that works. But it's just like, I don't know. It's like if that second sentence can act as like a footnote to the first, you can just combine them with a semicolon. That's my anything's a verb if you try hard enough. Yeah, true. I just got home from a longer than expected exploration trip. Oh, what were you exploring? I spent a lot of money on myself. A couple things for Father's Day. Oh, that's really nice though. That's really sweet. Quite the amount of detours on my way home. Oh goodness. Listen, we love a good adventure. We love a good adventure the same way that like I opened Pokemon cards at the end of last stream. And that was really great. And I'm looking at the cards right now. And you might be able to hear them in my mic, just like the ASMR of me swiping cards against each other. Anything good? I mean, I don't know if this is like good, but it is very cool and very shiny. I'll just we're just gonna get sidetracked here real quick. I got this super shiny Pawmot. I love it. It's a little cutie. But also, most importantly, we got this little guy. We got a Wiglet. Hold on, focus. Focus, please. Not on my face. Come on.
Refresh yourselves.
Look upon him. It just doesn't want to... Camera, please. It doesn't want to go. I love Wiglet. It's just such a goofy Pokemon. Oh, and also, sippy time. Where's my mug? Oh, thank you for the sips. Oh, I almost died there. Oh my god. Oh, and shrimp check. Alright, everybody. You know the drill. We have been shrimp checked. That means all of us. Stretch, make sure your bones still work. Oh, make sure you're able to crunch.
Refresh yourselves.
And another sippy, oh no. Oh, you gotta make sure that you are well and stretched out. Everyone, unshrimp thyselves. Lean back if you must. Oh, life is good. Life is good, life is grand. And we unshrimp ourselves. Yeah, I don't know, I'm in the habit these days of just buying a pack of Pokemon cards every time I see one at the store. Oh, ouch, my bones. Yeah, but that's exactly how it is right now. That's how I feel. Like, my bones hurt. There's too much bone-hurting juice that I keep drinking. That's what's actually in my mug, by the way. Every time you make me take a sip, I'm just actually drinking more bone-hurting juice. And so you're just sentencing me to this. Forever. That's why my bones hurt. Because I drank bone-hurting juice. Yeah, it's juice that makes your bones hurt. I feel like I don't need to feel like I don't need to elaborate on that. It's just, it is what it is. Have you considered, like, not drinking bone-hurting juice? Hmm. I mean, I've considered it. I've thought about it. I I just don't think it's in the cards for me, you know? Like, I don't think the time is right for me to stop drinking bone-hurting juice, you know? What can you do? Also, shout out to me who only painted 2 of my nails. Painted exactly 2 of my nails, and it was, like, 2 minutes before I left the house yesterday. 'Cause I guess the impulsive thoughts just, like, entered my brain. I was like, "You're about to leave the house. Paint your nails." I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I'm just gonna go do that real quick." And then after doing those 2 nails, I was like, "What am I doing? I literally have to, like, go get into my car and drive right now." But it was only 1 coat, and it dried super quick, and so it didn't cause me any problems. Oh, and the color. This color is, nothing to whine about. Get it? Like wine, like sippy. I love it. Also, I feel like I got baited a little bit by this product. So Dab, hello. Thank you for sliding in. How are you today? I feel like I got baited by this a little bit because when I got it, like I bought this nail polish like, I don't know, Thursday? Probably Thursday. Um, and in the bottle is like a dark, like a dark, kind of like glittery red. And so when I went to go put it on, I was like, okay, I was expecting like a red, but this is like purple. I know it probably just needs more coats to like let the color shine through because it came on like pretty sheer. Um, but I wasn't expecting it to be like full purple. Like it just that seems really interesting. I don't know. Things just happen, I guess. Oh, and again with the bone hurting juice. All right. What can we actually write now about belief in Ion Sovos? Now that we spent an hour talking about not the homework. Yeah, beliefs that would fit in your world's themes. So, let's see. The premise of Ion Sovos' origin places focus on the gods of life and art. So these concepts are pretty foundational to many of the belief systems found scattered throughout the world. And I love that even as I'm writing this, I'm like, this is speculation. I'm speculating about my own world. that speculation is important because that speculation is how you end up actually creating these things in your world. It all starts somewhere, you know? Just making things up as you go. And Sophia, hello, welcome, welcome. How are you today? We're working on our homework today. Just doing a lot of talking. A lot of talking, not enough writing. But really, I think that's what I come here for. I don't come here to actually get work done. I come here to say funny words to you guys, and hopefully you guys get work done while I'm here. Hopefully. That is a little bit the goal. Ooh, trying to learn new skills to make content. Ooh, absolutely. No, never work, just vibes. True, true. So yes, trying to get stuff done as well. Heck yes. Speculation is the essence of world building. Oh, a bunch of nerds wondering about our weird little places. Yes. Yes, I think that's the most wonderful part of world building too. I feel like I use that descriptor about a lot of things, but they're all wonderful things, okay? But among the most wonderful things in world building is the fact that this place that you've created, like it truly becomes a place. And now you are out there exploring this place and finding all of its little secrets. Because like that's the thing about world building, right? Like that world, even though you personally haven't sat down and built everything that's in it, all that stuff is there. All that stuff is out there. It already exists. You just have to go find it. You have to go find it and put all the little pieces together. And the same way that we research our own world, like, literally, guys, like, we don't even know everything about our own world. Isn't that crazy? Earth is full of so many goofy mysteries. And so if you make something up about your world, and you later discover that you have to retcon that and change the information because you discovered something new, that's just science, baby. Update your journals. It's like, update those textbooks. Just because that old information was wrong doesn't mean that it was bad to have it. In fact, it was really good. It gave you something to build off of. Yeah, Bill Nye voice. Science rules. Exactly. World building has somehow been a way for me to learn about my history and my region. Ooh, things I did not study in school. Yeah, world builders have this thing, okay, where they'll start writing stuff and be like, huh, I want to do more research on this topic. And then you'll go down this entire rabbit hole of the internet. You will... I love you platonically. Thank you for saying it like him. Of course I have to. But yeah, you just go down this like rabbit hole of information on the internet, like Wikipedia articles, like websites, like research documents, and like you come out learning so much wacky stuff. Learning about your own history, if like getting examples of how you want history in your world to look like. We just end up with so much weird knowledge in our brains. Like it's just it's so good, and it consumes us in like the best way. So it's a lot of fun. Raise your hand if your class went feral enchanted Bill when the teacher put on. Yes. every time Bill Nye showed up in that classroom, we went wild. I know a bunch of random Japanese words now because I'm like, oh yeah. Yes, linguistics too. Oh my god. I want to start conlanging so bad. And like I technically have started to in my world, but like that was 4 years ago. And I kind of I don't know, I had other things that I needed to work on at that time, so I just kind of like shoved the project off to the side. But it's still there. Okay, like that dream and like all that progress is still there. Oh, I found words that are part of my Iraqi dialect that trace back to Sumerian. Ooh. I love linguistics. Things get so weird and cool. Oh man, like I'm thinking now about one of my favorite people on TikTok. If you guys know him at all, you probably know him as the guy who made the dolphin language. I cannot for the life of me remember his name right now. But the guy who made like the dolphin language and oh man, like bird language where it's like all the little whistles, and then started combining the bird and dolphin languages in a dialect. Like I love people who love linguistics so much. Because they are in the best possible way absolutely insane. Like they're so insane, absolutely wild. I love the way their brains work. Yeah, I'm loved. You are so loved. Like you didn't need me to say that. You were already loved before that. And that goes for all of you. I can see why Tolkien liked it so much. Oh my god, yes. Can I tell you guys like how mad I am right now about it's something really dumb. It's really dumb. It's really it's stupid. But I started listening to The Lord of the Rings, like the books on Spotify. Cause like they were like, oh hey, listen to audiobooks on Spotify. I'm like, oh sick, I love that. And I finished, I finished the first book. I finished The Fellowship, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. I love listening to these books. Like I've already read them, so like I know how they go. Like I love listening to these books. It's like it's so good. It gets me through my work day. And then like 2 days later, I'm in the middle of the Two Towers. I'm not even like in the middle. I'm like a third of the way through maybe. And it's just like, hey, you ran out of audiobook hours. Like, what do you mean I ran out of audiobook hours? I finished like a book and a half, maybe. Maybe. I remember you talking about this. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad about it. And they're like, hey, but you know what? If you want 10 more hours of listening, you can pay us $13. I'm like, pardon? At that point, I'll just grab the book off my shelf and start reading it manually. I'll just start reading the book myself at that point. Oh man, but it's like yippee, I got through a book and a half. Yeah. Lord of the Rings is truly Tolkien's excuse to yap about language. Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, but anyway, I can't continue listening to books on Spotify until like next month, so that's really cool. Because it really is like 15 hours every month that you can listen to audiobooks. I'm like, oh my god. That's not even enough for 2 books. That's not even enough for 2 books. And like, how am I supposed to listen to the Silmarillion on audiobook, at least with Spotify, if they only give me 15 hours? That's like a 20-hour audiobook. I'll start it, and then a month later I'll get to finish it. Bruh. Yeah, that's how they get me. I check out an app called Libby. I mean, I'll have to check it out. Oh, he wrote it in English only for our convenience. Yeah, literally. He probably wrote it in Elvish first. There's no limit. Oh hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely have to check it out. I just, yeah, because like, I don't know, and listening to those audiobooks kind of, I don't know, it made me realize just how much of those books is actually composed of like songs. Like the amount of time that I've spent listening to Andy Serkis narrating those books and like singing the songs that are in the books, like this is really sick. This is really cool. I just didn't realize that there was so much singing in the books. Like that dude went hard. Like he put a lot of lyrical content into his chapters. It really felt like every single chapter had like multiple songs in it. And it was really cool. It was really cool. It was really sick. I was pretty happy with it. It's like that's the thing about reading those books myself. Like I wouldn't know the melodies. I wouldn't know how these songs are actually supposed to go, what they're supposed to sound like. But yeah, bonus reason to learn more languages, more inspo from making up languages. Exactly. Like you should, like, let me just go look at my Duolingo language list. It's not crazy anymore. I used to have a lot more on my list. I started like deleting ones that I'm not ever touching. So I've had more than this, but on my list of Duolingo languages that I've just like dabbled in, Spanish, Russian, which I do speak already, Japanese, French, Greek, Polish, German, Italian, and there have been more. I think what else have I tried? I've dabbled in Swedish, but I also took I took like a little class in college that was based around Swedish language. But it wasn't a language course. was more like a culture course that had like a little side of here, learn learn some words here. And I don't remember like any of them, which is unfortunate. But I think I've dabbled in Irish a little bit. I'm just scrolling through the list, see which ones I've kind of dropped off of that I remember. Is there more? Oh, okay, no, that's just the other languages. I could just go ahead and learn Klingon. That'd be pretty cool. Then I'll know words other than Qapla'. Um. Oh, I attempted to dabble in Chinese a little bit as well, because I feel like that'd be a really cool language to learn. Like, I feel like it'd be really difficult. I mean, it's gonna be difficult either way, but like, especially because like tones are so hard for me to distinguish. I think if I got a proper lesson in it, I'd pick it up. But trying to figure it out on my own, like by myself, is really difficult. Like, I need to learn more about the process. Like, I'll like me saying this now, like I'm probably gonna get off of my stream, like whenever I decide I'm done today. I'm gonna turn off stream and go to YouTube, look and start looking up like, Chinese tones. And I'm gonna start learning Chinese. And that's just the ADHD brain being like, oh, we have a new thing that we want to learn. Let's do it. Sea shanties are wonderful. Oh, yes. Attended an orchestra that showed the overlap of sea music between the Caribbean, Arab Gulf, and Latin America. It was wonderful to see surprisingly overlaps. Ooh. No, sea shanties are so cool. And like they take my heart entirely. And that's why I got so hype. Like unbelievably hype. And I don't know how many of you people are familiar with like with World of Warcraft and like some of the lore drops that they've done. But back when they did the Warbringers series, like the little animated series, when they released Warbringers Jaina, and they just dropped like the sea shanty of the decade with like Laura Bailey singing it, I'm like, I lost my goddamn mind. And like it's so good. Like I probably won't listen to it. Here, you guys get to see my weird recommendations. I'm just gonna pull up the link for you guys because like it's an experience is what it is. So you're not gonna hear it because I don't have browser sound turned on. But like if you guys want to experience this and just like let me just stop it somewhere interesting. Yeah, like so if you guys just want to experience this song at some point on your own time, absolutely do. It's so good. I just ah like it carried me away the first time I heard it and I don't know what drove me to listen to this again recently, but like I was in the car on my way home from like a long ass drive. Oh yeah, like I was on the way home from LARP like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Um and I got this urge, like, okay, next time I stop, I need to put on Warbringers Jaina, and I just need to like put it on loop for the next 6 hours. I say 6 hours, I had like an hour or two of my drive left. But I love it. I love the song so much. That's my little detour inspired by Sea Shanty. They got some great voices on that song too. Okay. Gods of Life and Art. We're going back to the homework. We're actually doing it this time. We're gonna do it. We're gonna kill it. It's gonna be real good. So yes, the sentence that I've already made. The premise of Iron Sovis's origin places focus on the gods of life and art, so these concepts are pretty foundational to many of the belief systems found scattered throughout the world. Where do I go from here? Also, Moonlight Bard, hello, hello. Sorry, I was a little distracted with my with my Jaina video. But how are you? Welcome. How are you? How's the homework going for you? I feel like you have been one of the most feral souls in the SummerCamp channel. So hello. Feral recognizes feral. How are you? But more sentences. Let me go have a little. Did I close my meta? No, I didn't. Okay. Really should be more active. Me too, honestly. I've had such like a disaster week. Like such a disaster week. So I'm just I'm like recovering. Attempting to recover. So I've like a lot of people that I need to get back to for messages for like all kinds of things. And I feel really bad. I'm just like not active on Discord right now. But that's what tonight is for. It's Saturday. I don't have to be anywhere after this stream. I'll probably take a nap first. So I think I need a nap. And then I'll wake up at whatever cursed hour I wake up. Go respond to some emails. Go respond to some DMs. Go make some announcements. I don't know, like a whole lot of stuff just needs to happen. And then once I get all that out of the way, I'm going to be drawing all through the night. Getting work done, just like as much as possible. And hopefully by the end of it all, I will have accomplished everything that I need to for this weekend. I wish I could be active in the World Anvil server, but I'm not cool enough. What do you mean you're not cool enough? What do you mean? I feel like you'd be a riot on the World Anvil server. We're not cool, honestly. I mean, okay. We're a bunch of nerds on the internet inventing worlds from nothing so we can live out our little fantasy dreams. Is it too late to join summer camp? Absolutely not. It is not late at all. What we are currently doing is in prep month. So let me just. Oh, actually, wait, no. The bot just posted the link actually like a second ago. So if you go into chat, you look at the link that was just posted for World Anvil Summer Camp. We are currently in prep month, and so there are little homework assignments being released to sort of help us prep our worlds and like our world building, our mindsets essentially for summer camp that is happening next month. And I believe the official actual start for summer camp is June 29th. Like they're starting on the Saturday a little bit before July. Like they're running it longer this year, which is really cool. So they're basically running it like, you know, like start and end of July, just like on the Saturdays, like before and after, because they correctly gauged that if they shortened summer camp to accommodate like the Saturday thing, the people would riot. So they were like, screw it, we're gonna make it even longer. So yeah, summer camp homework is a completely optional thing. You don't need to do it if you don't want to, or if you feel like it's not gonna help you, like any other thing. But it's a really fun way to start connecting with the community and start understanding like your world building goals and your inspirations and sort of what you want to work on next month. So it literally is just that. Like we're prepping for summer camp, but it hasn't started yet. If you do submit a summer camp prep article, you do get a little badge. So basically, like, you know, here's the little homepage. Waiting for my life to get the copper badge. On God, true. Yeah. So if you do your homework, essentially, you get this little badge here. It says I did my homework, but it is not required to participate in summer camp. And to participate in summer camp, like you don't need to sign up. You don't need to like do anything special. all you need to do, like when summer camp is live, so you know this is next month to deal with. We are going to get. I mean, I don't think it talks about what summer camp actually is on here, but I'll pull up like last year's summer camp page. The competitions. Let's see, world building. Wait. Okay. Oh, there's already a page for it. Oh. Okay, so the page already exists. That's good, actually. Interesting. I don't think this should be. But because you're here, you guys are going to get the inside scoop in case it shouldn't actually be alive. Ooh. But yeah, summer camp hasn't started yet, but we can start prepping with the summer camp prep challenge. So yes, during world building summer camp, we challenge you with 4 waves of world building prompts to get you motivated, inspired, and ready to world build. Take part, grow your world, and win prizes. And so yes, so what they're going to do is they're going to release 4 waves of prompts. They're going to be 10 prompts in each wave. Will this be another diamond in 3 days? Well, you can't get diamond in 3 days. You physically cannot because you're going to get 10 prompts each week. And to get diamond, you have to do 32. So yes, they're going to release 10 prompts each week from June 29th to some point in July. Yeah, the challenge ends on the 3rd of August. So yes, complete the prompts in any order you like. Oh yeah, we get 2 bonus prompts in addition to the 8. And so the way it works is you write 300 words per prompt. You know, like there's no maximum, but you need 300 words to actually submit them. And so what you're going to do is you're going to see the prompts. Each prompt is going to be connected to a certain article template. And so there's going to be little buttons like, oh, write something for this prompt. You click that little button, it'll just take you directly to the template. You don't need to use that button to make an article for summer camp. It just takes you directly to the correct article template, so it's just super easy. You make your little article, you type it up, then you refresh the page or you publish it, refresh the page so there's a little button on the side, and then you go, you hit the little submit button, and now bam, your article is submitted to World Anvil Summer Camp. And so you get cute little badges for different levels of completion. So if you complete 8 prompts total across the entire month, you get a copper badge. 16 for silver, 24 for gold, 32 for diamond. You don't get anything for doing every single prompt ever. Because last year we had 42 prompts. They did like the 10 per week. And then at the end, they just released like 2 bonus prompts, just for fun. Why not, right? But the highest level completion badge there is diamond at 32. So you don't have to do all of them. Well, let's see. I have to catch up on chat because I was just talking up a storm. So I just have to predict the prompts before they drop. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. It's what I've done last 2 years. Keep requesting game design mechanic prompts. Yeah, but that's because they want the prompts to appeal to any world, any setting. Like they don't want to get too specific with it. Otter Mayhem, hi, thank you. Welcome for Jesus Christ, wow, that that was an attempt at a sentence. I'm gonna take a sip and try that again. I tried to combine 3 different sentences into one. Just, hello, Otter Mayhem. Thank you for the follow. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the Owlworks. How are you? I appreciate you. Yeah, otter puns. They're so good. What words was I saying? Yeah, they want the prompts, every single prompt, to be something that anybody can look at and be like, I can apply this to my world. Like, I can twist this in some way to apply to my setting. Basically, no matter what it is that you're writing. Because in the past, like, they do this because they've gotten a lot of feedback about summer camp saying like, some of these prompts are a little bit too specific and there's no way for me to like meld this into my world without like really twisting my arm. Like really twisting my arm. And so they just want to avoid that. Like they want summer camp to be something that any setting can participate in, regardless of like what you're doing, what your setting is being used for. So game mechanics, I mean, I would argue that game mechanics and other things like that aren't world building. They're like a vehicle employed by your world building to like hit the table or to hit a reader or to hit like your players. They themselves are not the world building. I made a platinum towel badge for anyone finished all 42. Hold on, let me just open this real quick. Oh yes, the platinum towel. Wait, why did I never see this before? Oh my gosh. Yeah, just when we thought we were done, ... Along came Dimmy and gave us 2 more prompts. That was very new last year. I mean, I know that, but like, I knew about all the other stuff that you were doing during summer camp. Like I saw your challenge, I saw all the other things you were doing. We're also in the same chapter, so I feel like it just feels weird to me that I didn't notice this at some point. It's like I would have included it in some kind of little documentation or fanfare. There was a lot going on last year. There continues to be a lot going on. But oh my gosh. Yeah, by the end we got it done. A bare minimum of 12,600 new words in our world building projects. And for that monumental achievement, we deserve this digital doodad. Yeah, so this is really good. I love this. Yeah, making game mechanics has led to a lot of cool lore, but I think overall game design is a different skill set and process from world building. Yeah. I will never say that it can't help your world building and it can't help like inform what you're doing. But like the write up of the mechanics themselves, I don't really think that's world building. It just might be part of your world building process. And I think that's really cool and really awesome. And I would love to employ some of that in the future if I ever, start making like kind of like a game for myself. Because I feel like it'd be really cool to do like games and like, like run games and have that experience with my own world. So we'll get there. We'll get there one day. Yeah. So summer camp is really cool. It's my favorite time of the year. I'm really hype. I do feel a little, I don't know. I feel a little, I don't like know exactly the kind of word that I'm going for here, but I feel a little discouraged, I will say. That like so much is going on for me like at this exact time. Like we're in summer camp season, like this is my time to shine. Like the camp feral energy is surging, but like there's like this blockage for me that I'm very like I'm stressed, I'm a little overloaded, I'm a little like so I feel like I'm not pouring as much of myself as I'd like to into this season and like just really going ham on the feral side of things. But the feral part of me is what's allowing me to push through and still like be there and be involved. But yeah. But like the feral spirit is there. It's excited. I'm so eager to take part. And just remember everyone, being feral has nothing to do with how much you get done or how much you achieve. It's just about how excited you are to be there. So my friends, be feral. Be feral. Be excited. Start biting people. But like, when I say biting people, I mean like leaving nice comments on their articles. Just really like chomp down on anyone else's content that you really love. Shake it around a little while and just put it back down gently and give it a little pat on the head and just like check that little like button. I'm totally being Cam Farrell, but I'm way too intimidated to be feral. No, it's okay. It's okay. There's really nothing to it. There's nothing to it at all. Where's that image from the page shaking it violently? Oh my god. Let's see. We go here. Bam. This is Camp Feral. Just having a feral moment. Like, if this is you, if this is how you feel when summer camp comes around, that's you. This is Camp Feral, right here. And likewise, I also snuck it into my pledge. It's just, just right there. I'm so pleased with myself for making this pledge like this. Oh my goodness. And yeah, we do in fact have little emotes. We have emotes on this channel for Camp Feral and the Dewey Diamonds. So yeah, if these are two little clubs that appeal to you, you are absolutely welcome to proclaim yourself one of them. All you have to do is grab yourself the little image code. Do what you want with it. Do whatever you want with it as long as you're cool. And by cool, I mean chill. But yeah, I'm definitely... I've got the camp chill mindset, and like I'm trying to hold on to that. And that's kind of exactly what Dewey Diamonds is. Like I'm absolutely going for Diamond. Like that is just hard stop. That is what's happening. Cause look at this. Look at this order of badges that I've received. We have silver, diamond, and diamond. We've started a diamond streak and I cannot stop now. I'm not going back. You can't take me back to silver. It's diamond all the way from here on out. And so yeah. So I'm doing a little stretch. I encourage you all to do the same. Oh, look at me stretching without being bonked first. What the hell must have frozen over? Oh, crazy. Take the girl out of the diamond, can't take the diamond out of the girl or something. Exactly. Exactly. I think I get you. I think I understand. No, ouch, my bones. Yeah, the bones are ouchy forever. Let's see. Yeah, we got one more sentence. Woo! Fantastic. Let's revisit this and just see what else we can come up with. I need one more good sentence. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Maybe that's what I've been waiting for. More sentence, go! Alright, alright. Sentence. One more sentence. Like if I can like ninja jutsu a sentence onto this onto here. Can you tell me to go do my homework? Maybe if I hear it, I'll get to work. Do your homework. Do your homework, or else the feral people in the woods are gonna start coming bite your ankles. It's true. I'm one of them. Do your homework. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, no. Do I need to be like Shia LaBeouf? Do it! Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. 5 minutes ago, you said tomorrow. Just do it. You're welcome. I hope that was motivational. So yeah, protect your ankles and just do your homework. And if you do your homework, you might not have to worry about your ankles. Maybe. I'm rapidly approaching your location to make sure you're working. See you in 5 minutes. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah. If that's not motivational, I don't know what is. Just, oh no. But see, you gotta be careful with threats like that. Because sometimes when my friends threaten me like that, I'll just be like, oh no, I'm not working. It's like, I'm not doing anything. Oh no, my friend's gonna show up at my house. No. And meanwhile, like, all of us saying this to each other, we're like across an ocean from each other. It's like, all my European friends are like, I'm gonna come bite your ankles if you don't do your work. I'm like, oh no, you're gonna come visit if I don't do my work? It's like, what? I get an excuse to see my friends from overseas? What? You'll know I'm close when you start hearing the rock music. Oh no. I have a friend else who regularly threatens to take care of myself. I'm still waiting. Just take care of yourself. Self-care is important. It's important. It's so necessary. You know, that's one of the oh man, is that actually, did I write that in? I'm gonna go check myself before I wreck myself real quick. Let's see. Okay. I don't mention self-care, but I do mention caring for each other. So if you're a Camp Feral, it is your solemn oath to very enthusiastically and, dare I say, threateningly make sure that your friends are taking care of themselves during the summer camp season. That is also part of your responsibility. The other day, Mochi threatened to bite my kneecaps, so I can relate. The way that Mochi, like, threatens people, so good. I love everything about them.
Refresh yourselves.
Sippy. Oh, very good. Thank you. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, everything that Mochi says and does, I love. And like I feel like Mochi is one of those people in the community that that can do no wrong, pretty much. Like it's literally impossible for Mochi to do anything wrong. Honestly, I want to be more like Mochi. I want to be more like Mochi in the sense that like I don't make nearly enough stuff. And Mochi does so much stuff and it's so cool. Mochi let me geek out about them also being animal science. Yes. Yeah, if you have like anything to do with like animal sciences, like that's their thing. They love that. Also, I've been talking so much about Camp Feral, but for anybody who wants to go check it out, that's the link to the badge. If you wanna go have a look-see. If you wanna put that into your pledge or just like declare your allegiance to Camp Feral in some way during your summer camp adventure, you're more than welcome to. And there's a little BB code down here for the actual badge. I love this image so much. I was very inspired. Like I made that on my work computer and like Microsoft Paint. so so the process was difficult, but we made it through. That's that's why it's very suspicious when I'm like sitting at my desk like on lunch basically. Like I eat lunch at my desk cuz I just don't want to go anywhere else. Here I thought you just traced a snapshot of Mochi last year. Oh yeah, all of those species. I don't know how they do it. I wish I knew. I wish I could produce that much content and like have it still be good. You know what I mean? And like Mochi just keeps doing that consistently, like all the time. I'm like, how are you alive right now? How do you make so much stuff and it's like it's all cool and it's all good? Here I make like one article every couple months, but you know, like summer camp is the outlier. I I'll make 32 plus articles during summer camp and then the rest of the year it's like I'll make one every now and then. Just every once in a while I'll make one. It's gonna be such a good time. Yeah, summer camp is where I sit down and be like, okay, there's a lot of stuff floating around in your brain. Let's actually do something about it for once. Just for once, let's actually do something about it. And then we do. We do, and we end up with all these extra articles. Unfortunately, I don't end up liking all of my articles during summer camp. I end up liking like a good portion of them. Like I like to think I made some bangers last year. Like there's some really good articles that I made during summer camp last year. But there were also like at the same time different articles that I made also last year that were just like walls of text because I just wanted to get the prompt done. I don't really like those articles. Um and I need to, you know, like I need to go either rewrite them or cannibalize the content and put them into a different article and then delete that article. So I don't know. I have this thing where if I can't really like populate an article with a good chunk of information, like a lot of info and like sections and like a bunch of other things, like I want like a full picture. You know what I mean? So if I can't do that in an article, I think it's too short and I think it kind of doesn't need its own article yet. I like making new articles when I feel like a concept has kind of outgrown itself and now I need to further elaborate in different articles. Like for pantheons, for example. Um I don't have articles for each of the gods in some of my newer pantheons because I don't have a whole lot of information about them yet. So I feel like it suffices to have an article about this pantheon and then just like put in information about each of these gods like on a basic level. But then if I decide like, oh, I really want to like do a deep dive on this god and I want to make like a whole bunch of information about this, now I'll go make an individual article for this deity and I'll start writing more about this deity. But I don't really want to do that if I only have like 300 words, you know, a summer camp article's worth of words, because I feel like it doesn't really need that at that point. I feel like then it can just be like a lengthy paragraph in its like parent article, at least until I come up with like more descriptions, more lore, more like relevant information that would make it like a standalone article. So I made exactly one article for summer camp last year, Goblins and Trolls. I loved that article. It was an absolute banger. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I'm having that moment again where I'm like, okay, let's sit down and think about the second sentence. Oh my god. How long have I been here? We've been live for over 2 hours and I've gotten like 4 sentences done. 3 actually. I'm working on number 4. My goodness. I'm really I'm really put together. I'm very well put together, as you guys can tell. I don't know where to start, so I'm gonna get a snack. Ooh, that's a really good place to start. Wait, actually, you reminded me that hidden beneath some objects on my desk, I also have snacks. If you write another sentence, I'll send another woo yeah baby in chat. Woo yeah baby, let's go! Oh, I'm gonna peel open one of these snacks real quick. I hope this sound isn't like atrocious, because it sounds atrocious to me. I'm not even listening to it through a mic. Eh. Fruit strips. I love fruit strips. Honestly, like the best snack in my opinion. Well, let's write another sentence. I just don't want you guys to hear my weird chewing sounds. I feel like not everyone's a big fan of that, myself included. Chex Mix and spicy Cheetos. Ooh, that's pretty sick. That's pretty hype, actually. Actually, I don't think I like the spicy Cheetos. I think it's like they're not my favorite. I don't know, they kind of smell different from regular Cheetos, and that puts me off. I think that's the issue for me. But I like regular Cheetos. Like I love Cheetos. Snack consumed. Moonlight Bard, thank you for the sub with the Prime. Thank you so much. Welcome on back for another month the owl works. And as a bonus, we're stealing from Bezos. Yippee! I'm thinking of making my world like a scavenger hunt. Ooh. Scavenger hunt, treasure hunt. Since I'm writing in the genre of crime fantasy. Ooh. Heck yeah. I feel like I don't see a lot of crime fantasy. So that's really cool. I feel like all of the I feel like all the crime writers, like people who really focus on the crime oriented genres, they're usually in like more modern settings for the most part. Like either modern or like future. So it's pretty cool to see like that focus, but in fantasy. Honestly, I think people just need to write more fantasy. I don't know, who here's with me on that? Yeah, modern or true crime, exactly. Yes, yes. Oh, Petrina, thank you. I really appreciate you passing by for support. Good luck with today's load of work. Thank you. We're working our way through. We are working our way through, just having a good time. We're doing a lot more chatting than actually writing, but it's okay. It's as I always say. If I didn't want to be distracted, I wouldn't be here. Also 420, nice. Yeah, if I didn't want to just be caught here talking instead of actually doing my work, I would just say, all right, guys, we're calling it here for today. I'm gonna go sit down by myself and get some work done. But no, we're not doing that because I'm not ready for that quite yet. But I think probably around 5-ish, I might start wrapping up, but I'm not sure. Thanks for the heads up. Wait, about what? I think a Phoenix Wright-esque story with in a world with magic would go hard. Probably, yeah. I feel like that would get so goofy so quick. And that would be just so good. Also, I enjoy the way that I essentially have set up my birds now so that every once in a while one of them gets trapped on the far like right-hand side of the screen because now there's like a little box. I'll put my little, you see me dragging my little bird around. There's a little box right here. See you standing on it. There's a little box here. Oh, and see, I just fell in. There's a little box there that they can just get stuck in. I just had to fix the text order. How do I be a bird? You just are. Any of my followers um, who chat during the stream, a little bird pops up for you. And if you go onto the actual stream, like I think if you hover over like the actual, you know, me and everything else, there should be like a little pop-up on the side for stream avatars. And you can give yourself like little hats and things. And so you can give yourself like a little bit of customization. um My bird, of course. I don't know which one you are, but you do have one if you are a follower and a chatter. See, like this is me, and I can just like I can pick myself up and just kind of bang. See this bird here? This bird really likes taxes. They can do little dances. See, oh man, see that little dance move? It's very short, but the animation does play and it's very cute. And they can jump. You just give yourself cute little hats. Also, the way that they walk is so cute. I have a little goal for myself, and that is to get like custom custom stream avatars made for my channel. Um oh yeah, you need to pick somebody. Yeah, bird party. Yeah, like I want to either like personally make or like commission someone to make um like custom models for my channel, or like custom little creatures. Um oh, they're hugging. Yeah, look at the little smiley face. That animation feels new. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And I think I've definitely seen the burbs hugging before. But yeah, I want to at some point get custom ones for these. And originally that was going to be like a 500 follower goal. But that task requires a lot of resources and a lot of thought. So I might have to push that out a little bit more. However, I want to say that because we've hit 500 followers, I want to put that plan into motion. So we're gonna start thinking about it. I'm gonna start thinking about what exactly I want. What that's gonna look like. I'm gonna be so sad to like to ditch the goofy burbs, because like look at the way that they walk and look at their little eyes. The way that they frog blink is just, I love them so much. they're so good and they're so goofy. But okay, so my idea for this is to get like little is to make little Iunsovos creatures. Start walking around down there, and you can put like little hats and little armors and little accessories on them, and I think that would be so cute, and I would love it so much. And like depending on Like depending on who you are, like with this system I can go and I can make or like you can make anything custom, but you can bestow specific models and specific clothings to specific users so that only they can use them. Um and so it can be like it can be a viewer loyalty. Like a viewer loyalty thing, like, oh, you've been around for so long, you get like this little custom thing, and like that you get to have a little creature that's different from the rest because you have this like fancy hat or whatever. And that would be so fun. That again, that's just the only issue is like it takes so much time and resources to do that. Because like I would have to make and like animate all these models and everything. But luckily it's not that many frames. Like I think it is well within my capabilities to do that. I would just need to figure out what I want. And that's the hard part. It's like, what do I want this to look like? It's like I can figure out the technical stuff. I can figure out the technical stuff pretty easily. It's just getting that idea down that's the hard part. If I can help, let me know. Well, we'll see. I probably will. Like, I mean, I'm probably gonna ask for like viewer input, so it's not just gonna be 100% like me making every decision. Like, I'll probably post like polls in Discord at some point, like, hey, like, what do you guys want to see? Like, do you like this? Do you like that? And it's like as we kind of work through this, we'll start making it work. But yeah. So we have that to look forward to. It's probably gonna be a bunch of owls. Probably gonna be a bunch of owls to start. And I think I'm gonna have to animate them so that they still frog blink. Cause the little one eye at a time blink that the birds do. It's so good. Like I keep stopping to just like look at them. They're so good. They're so good. And so that's just that's my source of like happy chemical when I'm on here. Sometimes I'll just stop and I'll just look at those little pigeons. Look at their dumb little faces. I love them so much. What do you call a murder who goes camping? I don't know. What do you call that? Criminal intent. Oh god. Oh my god, okay. Alright. Sorry, it caught me off guard a little bit because when I read your message and said, what do you call a murder who goes camping? I thought you meant like a murder of crows. So I'm like, is this a bird joke? But no, that was good. I like that. I appreciate anyone who comes in here as a first time chatter and just starts dropping puns. There's what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? What, pray tell, do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick. I mean, objectively, you're right. But also, no. Stop. We can't be doing this. Not like this. It's funny, just stop. Completely unrelated. How's that iceberg video coming along? Still in the works? It is still in the works. It's actually part of what I'm trying to work on this weekend. Because like the entire past week has been a disaster. And like the week before that, I was like recovering from LARPing and like going back to work and everything. So this weekend is when I hope to do most of my actual like, finalizing, like scripting, actually filming things, editing video. No guarantee that it'll be like done this week, but I would like to have it out, before summer camp is basically like the timeline on it. I accidentally bought a fake koi fish the other day. It was a decoy. Oh my god, I thought you were telling an actual story. I was about to be like, oh, what? What do you mean? How did that happen? Just simply put, you got me good. When does a joke become a dad joke? Oh no. Tell us. When it becomes apparent. Oh my lord. See, World Anvil stream didn't have a pungin today, so now I'm getting the pungin people. An actual peak comedy. Listen, like, puns are some of the best content. When does a joke become apparent? Oh, this is a two-parter. Oh boy. Oh man, everyone's coming in with the puns now. No. do tell, when does a joke become apparent? When the punchline is delivered. If you wear a sweater and sweat, are you the sweater? You're the sweater in a sweater. Hey, do you know how to spell panda? You just needed P and A. True. You're so right. All of you are physically harming me with these puns, but I love it. Feel free to continue. Alright. I was in a band called The Hinges. Oh my. We open for the Doors. Oh. Oh, my heart hurts. I feel like I need to take a sip for that one. I'm addicted to drinking brake fluid. Oh. No, I know where this is going. But I already know it's inevitable, because you can't stop. It's cool, I can stop anytime. What type of crime is most common in a forest? How's it going with the homework of week 3? It's going. For sure, it's going. It's going in directions. It is as Confucius once said. It does not matter how slow you go, so long as you do not stop. Yeah, what type of crime is most common in a forest? Treason. Did you ever write that sentence? No. No, I didn't. Oh. True, that clever man. Joke's on all of you. I know that quote because of Tumblr. Did you hear about the Women's Roofing Expo this weekend? Oh no. All the shingle ladies will be there. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, tab check. How many are up there? Hand over the number. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in this window, and we have 11, 12. Counting the second. 12 tabs. How many tabs do you have open? Don't talk to me around my 20 tabs between 2 windows ever again. I get that way a lot. Oh, I get that way a lot. Oh my god. I have so many things that I need to look at all at once, and if I close that thing, I'm not going to look at that thing again because I'm going to forget to open it because I forgot I was ever looking at it in the first place. So I need to have my 20 emotional support tabs or else I'm not going to get anything done ever in my life. And that's on ADHD. I am mentally well. I have like 20 split up into different groups. Boarding school taught me to get on an airplane. Oh my god. It keeps getting worse. Like the puns just keep coming. I'm trying to like invent sentences. That doesn't make any sense, but volunteering is rewarding. Uh, I married my wife for her looks, but not the ones I've been getting. Oh, if looks could kill. My landlord wants to talk about my high heating bills. I told him my door's always open. Oh, that sure explains it now, doesn't it? Thank you for coming. I'll be here all day. I probably won't be here all day, but I'll be around. Ooh. All right, we have a sentence. We have a sentence. Woo! It's some made up stuff, but it's kind of cute. So like we were saying in the meta, the world was hatched, and that's like the origin story. And so in this follow-up sentence, I said, I like to imagine the hatching of the world as something that gets brought up often by the creature folk of Ayun Sovos. Making statements about how the best ideas and creations are hatched as opposed to crafted. That's a cute little thought I just invented. So their little, like a little tie into their like beliefs, their belief system. Like the world was hatched And so anything really important that gets created in this world is also something that gets like hatched
Refresh yourselves.
from the ether that is the brain sphere. Thank you for the sippy. Oh my goodness. What a day. Look how much progress we've made on our homework. Look at it, there's so much. So much, all of it. Like, I don't know, I've been kind of saying this like the entire time. I don't actually have many ideas for what I actually want to put in here. For like any of these 3 assignments. So I might actually just go do this off stream. Like the rest of these 3. Because I think it will quite literally just be me kind of like bashing my head against like the proverbial wall of like, okay, what do I want to put in here? Like, how can I make these assignment like prompts work for me? So that's kind of like, you know, that's whole premise really of all of this is like, how can this work for you? How can this help you? Sorry for distracting you. No, it's fine. It's literally fine. It's not even that you're distracting me at this point. Um, it's just that these 3, I'm like, I don't really like I don't have really any ideas for them, so it's so I can't just sit down and power through them like even while I'm chatting with you guys. Like these I actually need to like sit down and like think about like, okay, how I need to ponder is what I need to do. And I can't really ponder while I'm live. Well, we'll see. Probably show you guys everything that I made, everything that I put together probably next week. Maybe. Okay, I just really need to focus more on finding or not finding, but like identifying and like getting better about identifying my inspirations, like sharing them with people. Because naturally, there are a lot of things I'm inspired by. I have weird like ADHD fishbowl brain. And I see the thing, I'm like, I take the inspiration, and then I forget to like add it to my magical list of things. And so anytime I need to like summon it from my brain, I forget it exists. Or like I forget the connection to my world. It just keeps happening. But yeah, this has been so much fun. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for letting me just like have an absolute like it's an absolute yap fest. It's absolute yap fest. Me just talking about random stuff. But at the very least, you guys seem interested in all the stuff I was talking about. So yippee, yippee! It all worked out. And so now I just need to, I don't know. I guess this is where I start sending you guys off and saying thank you for being here. I hope you guys got all your work done that you were trying to get done today. If you were working on anything, I don't know what you guys were up to today. Been a blast talking and listening to you. Thank you. Absolutely. And you are all welcome to come back anytime. Like I'm always going to be happy to have you. The community is open to all. I hope to see you again soon. For those who aren't already, I just butchered that command. To those who are interested in sticking around who aren't already, we do have a Discord server for the Owlworks. So if you want to come hang out at any time, talk about world building, just start posting random stuff, posting memes about your creative process and how it just doesn't work sometimes. That's what I do. But also if you want to keep up with my streams, my schedules, my announcements, anything pertaining to just the things that I create, that is the best place to go do it. But until then, where are we gonna go? Who do we want to raid today? Where do we want to go? Who do we want to hang out with today? Oh man, it's a toss-up. We want to go hang out with the eggs? I think we should go hang out with Eggs. Eggs is really cool. Eggs is really cool. He's actually one of like the funniest people alive, in my humble opinion. He's a member of our stream team, Creature Feature, and oh, he's been live for like 4 minutes. That's perfect. Paper Benedict and the really old door. Let's go hang out with Eggs. Playing some Paper Mario. So we're gonna get this raid started. Everyone make sure you let Eggs know who sent you with our little raid shout, bird raid. And I will see you again very soon. And by very soon, I mean, I'm gonna say Friday. I'm gonna say Friday is the next time we're going to hang out. Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna be playing something. I don't know what yet. I kind of decide what I'm gonna play on my gaming streams like day of sometimes. I decided I was playing Stardew Valley yesterday. Like right before I went live, I'm like, okay, what do I want to play today? I don't know. But for all my World Anvil people, all my world builders, enjoy prep month. Get your homework done. I'm cheering for you. And I cannot wait to see what you guys are all working on and what you guys are preparing to do during actual proper summer camp. How exciting is that? It's literally like 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. Oh my god. But this raid's about to go out, so I implore you all to grab your sippies. Go world build. Go do the things that make you happy. I will see you guys on Friday for some gaming time. And until then, I will see you around in the virtual space. Goodbye. Goodbye, farewell. Not forever, but I like to say forever because it's funny. Goodbye.